Welcome back everyone to another video, and I have some Maneater gameplay. So Maneater releases worldwide May 22nd, so not too long. We got the intro and just the start of Maneater, so I thought I'd show it on this channel just in case you missed it. So May 22nd is when it comes out. I'll be 100% playing this game and I can't wait, so enjoy the gameplay.
Not that I'm very far into my little test there.
I'd say the first one that we're seeing pop up immediately is when can I get it on PS4?
It will be available at
Meanwhile,
launch
aboard the
at
Cajun
PS4 May 22nd.
Pierre LeBlanc, known by his fellow anglers as Scaly Pete.
Daddy hunted sharks. I hunt sharks. It's in the blood. There was somebody better at this, you be following them, yeah? Oh, people got a lot of wrong ideas about sharks. So I just say we gotta coexist. Now, how you gonna coexist with that shark, huh? Shark just wanna do one thing. That's kill you, eat you, and you out. What I do, I consider a sacred honor. Kill them all if I could. Too bad, ain't but 24 hours to a day.
Shark spotted in Fatik Bayou. Several deaths reported. Shark can be identified by rusty harpoon embedded in flank.
Get out of my way. Got a job to do.
We're so polite and we didn't talk over the
This is an
cutscene.
adult bullshit.
I know, that's
Fast,
very nice of
fierce,
us.
And armed quite literally to the teeth, she has little to fear here in the Gulf.
I don't play with inverted controls, so I'll turn that down.
The muscular
Say hi to everyone.
confidently moves through its watery world.
Smile.
Smile for the camera.
Show us
Let's check out, yeah, those pearly whites. She hasn't been brushing. Yeah, not lately. Haven't really seen a lot of others recently. Been locked inside my basement here. But why don't we social distance and head out a little bit into this world? We need some exercise. The game wants me to learn to bite some things. And if I bite them a lot, I will consume them. That's important because that's how I gain nutrients, as well as heal myself. Hey look, fishies.
Learn the shark.
Now the game's trying to teach us about another mechanic, the Tailwhip, which is more common with what's known as a thresher shark. Not so much a bull shark, but hey look, Ma, I can tailwhip things.
Our shark has learned some new tricks.
Yeah, she's a little bit special. So let's make our way out of here. Oh look, we might run into a turtle on the way. We all know turtles make the best food. They're so crunchy. Crash that turtle. And now let's make our way outside.
It could have been a ninja.
So close to the sewers. Let's make our way out into the wild. And welcome to the bay, everyone. A look-see.
Do you want me to just throw you some random
Yeah, throw me
questions?
some questions, or go ahead and answer them yourself.
Somebody asked, how
A shark
deep
fin is a
would you be able to
sinister
go?
reminder to humans
Well-
that the ocean remains a wild and untamed domain.
Each region's a little bit different. This region being a bay. In fact, much of the game is, let me pull up a map. Various bays, inlets, and lakes. Those aren't necessarily that deep. However, as you make it towards the end of the game, you get out into what we call the Gulf. We may have heard us refer to this before as the deep ocean. It's now called the Gulf. It's a little bit deeper than other parts of the game. Let's do some jumping. Let's make the game happy. Jumping from the knifing position.
The bull performs an acrobatic feat worthy of an order. cruelly imprisoned and put on display in a marine park stunt show.
Let's submerge
The
again.
fish plunges to the ocean below.
Someone asked, can you swim both in fresh and
The
salt
bull's
water?
speed is
Yes, you
astounding
can.
for
That
a
is
large marine
one of the
fish.
reasons that the bull shark was chosen to be the protagonist of our game here, because it is one of the few creatures in the world that can do that.
And that's no bull. I must say that repeatedly.
I'll allow it.
Reaching shark is a clear and calorie-intensive spectacle.
I mean, let's see how acrobatic I can be. 9.5. Not quite a perfect 10. Let's try it again.
Getting there.
There we go. No splash. No splash.
Monster Society says, someone pointed out that that one guy from The Archer is the narrator and now you can't unhear it. That's because Chris Parnell is our narrator for this game.
Correct.
Super excited
So,
to have him.
the game's story itself is told through the lens of a reality TV show called Maneater, ironically. The funk. And Chris Parnell is the narrator of this show. Or at least he's the voice of our narrator of the show, I should say.
He's
And let's
going to be the voice in you all's heads.
I'm just slapping some fish into some fish because that's what I do as a shark. This skill might be useful later, and perhaps you want to stun something that's a little bit bitey and it hurts you, or maybe explosive and it explodes you, and you want to return it back to sender.
I don't want it.
You keep that. You keep that over there. Okay, so as we make our way around the Fawtick Bayou over here, we've got our first real quest. Let's go be the terror of the bay. So, let's, have a good look. Out this way is the Gulf. We're not allowed to go there just yet. We seem to be roped in. But if we head this way, past this wonderfully parked ship, they did such an excellent job. I think I know the person who parked this. I see them all the time here in Georgia. Make our way over to the
Are you
quest.
about to rat someone out?
Certainly not. That would be very rude of me. Got a mixture of fish down here. Coral, some seaweed.
One of our concerned viewers asks, where'd it go? Also, can you bite a person's head off and leave them in the ocean?
You can certainly bite somebody and not finish the job. Sometimes they'll drown. Other times they'll bleed out. Whichever comes first. Why don't I show you some ways of man-killing, as it were.
While he's showing you guys that, I'm seeing a lot of questions about pre-ordering on the PS4. You will be able to purchase it on the PS4 at launch, so that's on May 22nd.
Our human here drowned to death, and once they reached no health, our shark went ahead and finished the job. Keeping the oceans clean. Our shark is very much an environmentalist.
While it is well known that sharks feed on mollusks, fish, and seals,
Will there be a
less
public
discussed
beta
is their
before launch?
propensity to feed
There
on
will
food.
not be a public beta before launch. ConorGamingzHD asks, is there a platinum?
Let's go destroy that other wonderful unicorn over there.
It must be emphasized that this sort of targeted violence is
that's-
quite unusual for a shark.
That's something I don't know, so I'll ask you in case you know.
That shark needs a good whack
Someone's
on the nose.
asking,
Go get him,
We know there's not a set date for the Switch release, but do we know if there'll be a physical release for the Switch?
That is still in discussion, so we do not have an answer for you just yet. Stay tuned. All right, so some bounty hunters have come after us. So let's go ahead and try and get rid of these guys. I'll show you my personal favorite tactic. Oh, you're coming from the side. Best way to stop a boat isn't by biting the boat, it's by getting all the little fleshy meat bags inside off of it.
So yeah, I can clarify that there is no pre-order for PlayStation digitally on the PlayStation Store, but you can pre-order physical copies.
Yes.
Essentially.
And
Stock and Best Buy.
some of those stores feature a Target Shark skin as a promotion if you buy it at retail. Actually, let me see if I can't grab a diver and whip shot it into the boat and show you how that works. Is there any diver around? I think I murdered all of them currently. There'll be one back. We'll get to that. Oh, there's one. So, I knocked one of the other hunters off the boat. A little application of heat. All right, we got one more boat coming after us here.
Jim,
Sure making a lot of splashes.
send him back. There you go.
Didn't make a good approach there. Hold on. There we go. Oh yeah. One of my favorite things, dodging on the surface. Puts you at almost the perfect level to go snacks.
I ain't playing no more. Catch me this shark myself.
Uh-oh. Looks like we've garnered some attention.
Oh, look at them teeth.
You angered them.
She gonna make
I don't know
one
why.
little piece.
What could you have possibly done?
I don't know.
Got us
Other
some dinner
than
coming,
peeking
boys. Let's get her on deck, huh?
BeanBoy77 on YouTube is asking, can we mix evolutions?
On board the Cajun.
Yes, you can.
Scaly Pete
Though wearing the
looks
full
over
set of an evolution comes with additional bonuses.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's my
Pete
daddy's
spies
iron,
you.
all right. But this ain't the shark. Not the one I was looking for.
How do you know?
How I know? Not big enough. This look like a mega to you? Oh, well, look here.
Game's over.
She's on for me.
Yeah, that was it, folks. We beat it,
How your mama in there?
and we lost.
Yep. That was the full game, everyone. Thanks for watching.
We created a game that you cannot win.
Spear her.
The tiny pup responds with an instinct for survival.
You maybe want to turn off that camera.
Watching chat react to that brutal murder.
And welcome to the world of Maneater, everyone. Baby shark. Baby
It's okay,
shark.
we took a piece of them with us, though.
We did. Let's go finish that off.
A famous big game hunter once posited that after an animal had tasted human flesh, it forsakes its natural prey in a deadly single-minded search for the most
Okay, I see some
dangerous
questions asking if there's a lock-on system. But I
There-
think it's basically a soft lock.
Yes, it is a soft lock. If you're pointed at a creature, a target will appear next to that creature, letting you know if you do an attack or a move, that is where your character is going to go. But there is no hard lock, so you can't lock onto something and always keep an eye on it. To chime in on the chatter, not only was the original shark female, and yes, this new pup that we are is female, every shark in this game also happens to be female. Because life finds a way.
It's a girl eats girl world in our ocean.
I'll point that out because as our art director, or one of our artists, pointed out to me, male sharks have a different set of fins called claspers, and none of the sharks in our game have those fins. We forgot to model them, so we only have female sharks. What's this right over here? I think it's our first landmark.
Remember, when planning a cemetery, try to avoid high-risk coastal areas.
Seems a little high risk, but as you can probably notice, we're quite a bit smaller now. The trees are big, the grasses are big, and our fin is so very tiny. Such a little.
I see
baby pup
more
shark.
stuff, more PlayStation chatter. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat it.
Go ahead.
Because folks are asking us, can you please just make it available to pre-order on PlayStation? We've been working closely with our friends at PlayStation, and unfortunately, while Maneater pre-orders will not be available on PlayStation 4 before launch, we will guarantee that it doesn't impact the release date for PlayStation at all. It will be available for PlayStation 4 digitally on May 22nd.
Alright, so we're making our way towards the game's first grotto, and I think that's about where we're going to end today's stream, and we'll pick this back up next week, showing off this new area and what we can do in it. Let's make our way to the grotto first, and then we'll call it a day. Baby turtle. Crunch, 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 crunch. As you can see, as I eat, I'm gathering some nutrients along the way. A little bit of experience. And this looks interesting. Also important. Let's go check it out.
Wade is
Even for
asking us if
sharks,
we have a
it's important
confirmed
to
name
create
for the
personal
baby
time
shark.
For sober self-reflection.
Is anyone using a name in the office?
I've heard a couple names tossed around. I'm not sure what her official name is, and so far, if there is one, they have refused to tell me.
I think we
So?
should hear what our community wants to name it. Because I like knowing how crazy our community is. So,
So I've made it here to the grotto, and that finishing that part of the quest has also unlocked our first evolution. As you can see, I'm here on our evolution screen. And right now, while there's some body evolutions, they're all locked off. But I have the organ evolutions available to me. An advanced sonar, tier 1, unupgraded, is here. So let's go ahead and follow our
Exhibiting
shark.
behavior more common to whales and dolphins. This shark is able to use
And this is
biosonar
such a pretty
to locate
area.
potential prey.
compared to the rest of the poor polluted river.
Well, it looks like some stuff made its way down here. It looks pretty
Yeah,
polluted. This guy, Big B, his stuff, it's here.
His stuff is everywhere.
I mean, he's
Take
got
care of your stuff, Big B.
his sign. He's got his likeness over here. Great guy, wonderful smile, wonderful smile. He's been brushing,
There he
obviously. He's got this beautiful pet baby alligator here. Look at that pretty bow tie. More of a ribbon, not a bow tie. I apologize. I'm sorry, Rosie. I didn't mean to insult you like that.
Shark Diver says, I'll call my shark Todd Howard.
He's done it again.
I like to think of it as the shark is a hoarder. And it hoards all this stuff in its little home areas.
So,
But that's just me.
I did promise that is where we're going to bring today's stream to an